This is TWiT.
Today, the Federal Trade Commission and the state of Florida announced that they've obtained a court order to temporarily shut down and freeze the assets of two telemarketing operations they accuse of deceptively selling more than $120 million in technical support software and services. Operating under names like Boost Software, Advanced Tech Support Co., OMG Tech Help, Vast Tech Support, and PC Vitalware, the company's software tricked consumers with warnings that their computers had bugs or errors that needed to be fixed, say officials from both agencies. One program called PC Cleaner Pro scanned a target's computer to see whether it had the ability to block 926 specific pieces of malware, some of which the FTC says date back to at least 2004 and have not been active threats in many years. After paying $30 for the program, consumers then had to call a toll-free number to activate the software, and then were encouraged to sign up for more services. From 2011 to 2013, the FTC says consumers downloaded PC Cleaner Pro more than 450,000 times. And that's just one of the programs. Beats music streaming service has a future, and that future is being bundled directly into iOS as early as March, the Financial Times reports. They're citing anonymous sources. It's not really a big surprise, though. Bundling Beats directly into iOS would immediately make it available on hundreds of millions of iPhones and iPads, which is a pretty nice catch-up tactic if they want to dip into the streaming market currently led by Spotify. Beats reportedly will remain a paid service, but likely rebranded under the iTunes name. In other Apple news, the company says it's committed to bringing jobs in manufacturing to the Mesa, Arizona area after supplier GT Advanced Technologies, they were going to make Sapphire screens for the iPhones in the city, filed for bankruptcy. GT Advanced shut down operations last month in a factory that employed more than 700 people. The factory's developer, DMB Associates, still has long-term plans for the patch of land. They say it includes 20 million square feet of non-residential space and up to 15,000 houses in a new development. Bankruptcy filings by GT Advanced that were unsealed on November 7th claim that the terms of its deal with Apple are, quote, onerous and massively one-sided. GT Advanced shares have fallen more than 90% since the bankruptcy filing. Yesterday, we told you a little about Uber's PR nightmare. I guess that's all I can really call it. That's been unfolding this week due to a comment from a company senior executive that Uber could start investigating journalists that were critical of the company. Joining us to talk about how this is shaking out is Roberto Baldwin, reporter at The Next Web. Hey, Roberto.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. You know, I know that you were up, as I was, on, I think it was Sunday night when this all started to kind of cascade on Twitter, and people were offering opinions right and left. So we've got Senior VP Emil Michael suggesting digging up dirt on a particular journalist. Then we had CEO Travis Kalanick apologizing in what's known as a tweet storm, meaning tweets that are, I don't know, 3 or more in succession that are numbered. So
they have a blog. I don't know.
Yeah. But, you know, Twitter is so effective, and everybody hates a tweet storm, so you get, you know, all of this hate reading, right? You actually wrote about this topic, though, in your article, Why Corporate Investigations into Journalists Are Wrong. I think on the surface, someone would say, well, yeah, that's probably wrong, right? Why is this such a controversial issue, you think?
Well, the idea is that these, some of these companies feel like journalists are picking on them or they're being overcritical. And so because of that, they should be allowed to turn around and investigate the journalists. Well, there's already someone who investigates journalists, and that's other journalists. We
all hate each other.
Yeah, we all hate each other. I mean, we hang out, but we all secretly hate each other.
We're investigating each other, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you see, even if it's a friend, if you see someone write something that you find, that's maybe a little shilly, or it just, there are factual errors in it, you're going to call them out, probably in private, but, possibly in public.
Right.
And then if corporations get into the act of investigating journalists, they're not going to use that information on a blog. They're going to start using that information to sideline those journalists, to silence them, to keep them from talking about, something that corporation might be doing wrong. And instead of using that money to investigate journalists, how about you just fix the problem?